Manx Radio's Countryside is brought to you by NFU Mutual.
Hello and welcome to Countryside here on Manx Radio. I'm Simon Clark.
And I'm Kiri Kermode. This week we look back at a very successful Southern District Agricultural Show.
We speak to the winners, the reserves and the judges and the special guests who were there on the Saturday. Well, Kiri, a bit of a mixed bag for the Southern Agricultural Show. Great to see it going ahead. Saturday, a little bit damp, but certainly wasn't sinking in the mud, was it?
Absolutely not. I think we were delighted to have the rain, especially the farmers around the Isle of Man. They certainly weren't complaining. But yes, everybody donned their wellies and they came down to see the livestock on show there. And what a display it really was. Yeah,
and it didn't deter the public. And of course, Sunday was far better weather-wise, and might have been a while since there's been so many there on the Sunday of the event.
Absolutely, and with a new venue, it's always hard to gauge, will people keep coming along, and some new faces, and they really did enjoy it. Lots of new stall holders and exhibitors too, and the sun really did shine. Everybody really enjoyed themselves on that Sunday.
Certainly did. Well, we were live in the ring for the Grand Parade, which got underway at 3:45. And particularly funny that Ray Crane 1 minute was on the PA system. Next thing it was Peter Quayle and Derry Kissack, because the president of the Southern Show, Bryony Vernon, had picked Ray Crane as the judge for the day. Incredible, wasn't it?
It really was lovely. And Ray, no stranger of the Southern Show, he's always been a supporter, a good farmer himself with beef cattle there now, and Texel sheep with Sarah Cooley, and I think he did a good job.
Indeed. Well, the third reserve was the wonderful Shire horse of Ned and Sylvia Kenyock. I caught up briefly with them after the event.
I'm over the moon. She's done me proud. 9-year-old mare. I bought her off Bob Brickle about 5 years ago, and I was saying to Peter last year I wanted to take a foal out of her, and I still do, but there's no stallions available in the Isle of Man, so I'm toying with insemination, but insemination is not cheap, about £1,000 and only about 60% conception. So what I'm working on now is fetching a stallion over. If I can hire a stallion and fetch him over, and I might get 1 or 2 mares in the Isle of Man he can cover while he's here to help to buy his boat ticket back again.
Yeah.
So I'm still I'm still looking to the future. I want somebody else to get as much pleasure out of showing horses as I've got. Well, not just showing horses, but getting involved with them. Showing is only part of it. Horses they're part of your life. We were out last night getting them in because it was going to rain.
Really?
Well, it's not quite as simple as that,
No.
But they're easier to groom when they're dry. We were out 4:11 last night getting them in, and up again this morning 4 o'clock giving them their breakfast. Now, we don't grumble about that because we choose to do it, and we get so much enjoyment out of it, and these respond. They give you the affection back without saying anything. And you can't put a price on that.
They're family, Ned, aren't they?
Absolutely. You can't put a price on that. So,
but yourselves and Sylvia and Claire Christian, you've been ambassadors for the heavy horses.
Well, I'd like to think so. I've been involved with horses since I was that high. I was going to primary school. I was round the field back of the house with a mare, Clydesdale mare we had at home called Molly, and I was still going to primary school. And I was round the field, and I didn't think it was any big deal until one of our neighbours happened to bring it up at the Sunday school anniversary one year. And I never thought it was anything special.
Well, many congratulations today. That's a great result.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ned Kenyock telling us how delighted he was with winning the third reserve at this year's Southern Show, and we'll be hearing more hopefully from Ned on next week's programme. The second reserve, Kiri?
It went to Lee Kane, the Kane family there from Crosby, with a 22-month-old Limousin heifer, and I caught up with Lee just after he received his award.
Well, congratulations, Lee. Another winner. Well done.
Yeah, absolutely delighted. Kiri, she's a very young heifer. She could actually go in this class again next year, so we weren't really expecting. We had a cow and calf here, which we thought was quite strong, but the judge really took a shine to the heifer in the Limousin judging, and he put her top. So and to get in the final lineup at any show, really pleased.
Really is. And like you say, a young animal, when they do stand out, they really do, don't they? And to have that strength of sparkiness and smartness to come out on top is something special for the future.
Yeah, the judge is very complimentary. This is a breeding line we found really successful for us. It's off our first cow we ever bought. It's a bull called Ampertane Foreman, which has been hugely successful in Limousin breeding, and it just seems to click. Every heifer we have of that combination seems to do well.
And that's it, like you say, the use of the modern technology to get the up-to-date genetics. For this breed in particular, we wouldn't have them available on the Isle of Man without it.
No, the small numbers I have, it wouldn't warrant purchasing a bull, and all we use is AI. We're buying the very best semen that's available, and it seems to be working.
And obviously it's working because you're going away with the silverware. But there's a good team behind you, Lee.
Very good, yeah. Ellie and Tom do a lot. Tom more so. Tom's every night. As soon as he's home from work, he's on the farm. Dad's a great help. And then come showtime, Willie Hamilton gives a hand, clipping, and it's just the knowledge he's got around the show ring is second to none.
This is it. And for a young heifer to be so well behaved in this ring with all that's going on, Lee, she's taking it all in.
Yeah, she actually got spooked coming into the ring, the cow ahead of her, and she knocked the barrier over, and there was some young ones there. Just I've been told they're all okay, but yeah, just shows how something you can't allow for at home. It just that's how it goes. But hopefully everyone's okay.
Yeah. Well done, Lee. Congratulations.
Thanks very much, Kitty.
There we are. There was a very pleased Lee Kane with his Limousin heifer in second reserve. And in first reserve was Derek Griffin with a beautiful Hereford cow and calf, and I caught up with Derek just as he was leaving the ring.
Well, Derek Griffin, back in the silverware again. You're never a stranger from this final lineup. This is a beautiful ruby Hereford. Oh, you must be chuffed a bit.
Oh, I always had my eye on this one. And then now she's got a cracking bull calf that it was worth coming and all that rain this morning.
It really was. And this is a different one from last year's winner.
Yeah, last year's winner's resting at home, ready for another year.
Well, this is it, isn't it? It's hard to get one animal right, but let alone two, and a lovely calf to follow on. You're doing something right, Derek.
You think so? Nice of you to say, but we try.
Yeah. And what does it mean to you winning a prize like this?
Oh, a lot. Yeah, it's something you work all year for with the few pedigrees that I've got, and to keep getting to the front. I can't be doing it all bad.
How did you get into the Herefords, Derek?
When I managed Mary Vaux down there for Martin Moore, this was my redundancy money.
Well, it's not a bad hobby, is it?
No, costly, but...
Yeah, but this is it. And the bull calf, what's the hope for him now?
We have big hopes. He'll be back next year, I would like to think. So.
Yeah. And ably shown too.
Aye, by the assistant.
And these assistants are very special though, Derek. We can't live without them.
Only today.
I'm sure that's not the case. Huge congratulations. Well done.
There we go. That was Derek Griffin with his Hereford cow and lovely bull calf in first reserve position.
But the Supreme Championship for 2022 at the Southern District Agricultural Show, picked by the judge Ray Crane, was a wonderful Texel ram displayed and owned by the Creer family from Ballaglonny in Crosby.
Danny, another success, but they're still... What's the winning feeling like every time it happens?
Well, I knew he was a good sheep, but you don't know till you get to the show how good, Oh, it's a good feeling, Simon. Yeah. Very, very happy with the result,
Yeah. And Paula, you've been in charge at the front of the tup today, but it's a bit of background.
Yeah, it's a lot of work behind the scenes. Like Danny went away, chose the tup. It's not an easy thing to pick a tup out of all the hundreds of sheep that are around to use that's going to match and go well with your sheep. So we've got about, as Ailish said earlier, about 83 or 80 plus lambs registered to him. But there's other people helping as well. We have Willie Hamilton does a good job looking after him quite a lot of the time, and it's teamwork. It isn't just one person, and it is all year round work looking after them and taking care of them and utilising them.
And what about the choosing of the tuck, Danny? What's the secret of choosing a good one? Because you seem to be pretty good at it.
Well, I try my best. I chose this ram because he's easy fleshing. He's got positive fat. He's also got good mobility and exceptional muscle, and also he isn't an embryo. He's naturally bred, which is quite, we try to keep away from embryo bred sheep. So
because now things are moved to the sort of artificial insemination sort of thing,
it's just a naturally bred sheep, and he's from a small. Well, he's a small breeder in Hereford, Welsh border. He's the same person, Robin Nest Watkins. They had male champion at the Royal Welsh this year, and they've had male champion at the Three Counties at Malvern as well, with half brothers to this fella. So they've got a very good line of sheep. Yeah. And he's just a very correct sheep. He's correct in his mouth and all. Correct.
Well, excellent. Yeah, it's good. Ailish, you don't get sick of the sight of seeing sheep then?
No. It's a bit of a way of life now. When you've grown up around it, you can't help yourself. Just got to get involved, haven't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very lucky. They're very good. Dad is so dedicated to it. He doesn't give himself enough credit, but he is so dedicated. So, it's what we do.
But it's still hard to pick a good one, and the preparation that goes in it's not just buying one or breeding one and showing it in the show. What has to be done?
So obviously they don't just magically look like this on the morning of. There's a bit of washing involved, a lot of feeding care, especially over the winter months, looking at their feet. Feet is a big thing when the ground changes because they're cloven hooved animals. So we're really lucky we've got a great team around us, like Willie, Dad, that they know what to look for. Keeping him fed, making sure he's fit as well. You don't want them too fat either, because then they become lazy and you lose the muscle and the condition. It's a balancing act.
Like a human one, I suppose.
Yeah, very much so.
Well,
very much
many
so.
Congratulations to you and your family for your
success.
Thank
you so much, and thank you for coming out today in the rain. Big thanks to the show committee as well, because it has been horrendous conditions this morning, and they just kept going. And now we've been rewarded with clear skies, so here we are.
You haven't had the hairdryer on the wall?
Oh no.
Well, I was fairly delighted there to get all three from the Creer family that were displaying the wonderful Texel ram. Danny Creer, Ailish Creer, and also Paula as well. And many congratulations. It was great to hear the description from Danny there about the history of it and how he picks them, and just what sort of work goes into it, because it's like a naturally born one as well.
Absolutely. The Creer family are no stranger from the show ring. They've been having huge success over decades, back when Colin and Mrs. Creer were shown across in the UK. And Danny has a great memory for the stock and the bloodlines, and they would have picked that ram especially to go with their sheep, as they sell rams in the UK. A very, very successful flock indeed. And it's really, really great to see Ailish there coming through to carry it on as well.
Indeed. You're listening to Countryside here on Manx Radio with Kiri Kermode and myself, Simon Clark. Well, as you heard me saying earlier, the judge picked for the day was Ray Crane, who's been part of the Southern District Agricultural Show for many, many years. I got his thoughts after the prizes were presented.
It's a bit of a surprise. 1 minute you on the PA system, next thing you had the rosette on in the middle.
Yes, well, I did say to Bryony when she asked me, I said, well, this causes a few little problems for us, but nothing that we can't get past, especially when we got like a Derry Kiswick as a backup sort of thing. So it was, it's been very, very entertaining for me sort of thing. It was really good lineup, some quality stock there today, which makes it a bit more difficult. But it's a nice way to be difficult when you've got to pick from some of the best stock in the UK, I would say, here today. All these animals would compete well in the UK.
Yeah, and it's nice to have a great variety of animals that were in the final parade race.
Yes. Even the horses. I'm not really a horseman, but I can appreciate the quality, it's like anything. You see quality in anything, you can appreciate the sort of thing. And Ned's Shire horse there was just outstanding sort of thing. Even the smaller horses sort of thing, you know, the amount of work that goes into getting them looking like they are, you can appreciate how good they are.
Yeah, and I was saying to Ailish Greer before, it's not just a case of breeding one or buying one and throwing it in the ring here, is it? You've been part of that as well, that side of it, haven't you?
Yes, yeah. It is. Breeding is, well, it's a long-term job, like all farming things. It's, you know, it's years down the line. You're looking at something, you know, that's been born or going to be created now, is going to be maybe in the show ring in 3 years' time. That's how long it takes, sort of thing, to get, you know, and even then it's hit and miss. You get good ones, you get bad ones, but yeah. So.
But I mean, you'll have seen many shows, Ray, and does the interest ever wane from your side of it when it comes to the Grand Parade?
No, I always like the Grand Parade. It's the cream of the top sort of thing. It's just brilliant sort of thing. As most people today, we've not had a great day for weather, but as you can see, a lot of people, the grandstand was full. Everyone was very interested in it, sort of thing. It's the Grand Parade is the top for all of the show.
Indeed. Anyway, congratulations on your choice, and well done for being picked for the judge for this year.
Thank you.
There we are, Ray Crane, the judge for this year's Southern District show.
And President Bryony Vernon, I caught up with her just after the Grand Parade. I think she was fairly relieved that the day had gone quite well, and I got her thoughts.
The weather hasn't helped. Obviously, we'd like a nice sunny day for, well, the livestock, for everything. Obviously, not too sunny, but a bit too wet for the livestock today, I'd say. But we'll do it all again tomorrow. No animals, though, just horses. But it's been a great day today, and Ray did a great job at judging.
Yeah. Your choice in Ray Crane, you know, it's always a special moment when you go and hand the rosette over to your Supreme Champion judge. How did you pick Ray?
Everyone thought I'd pick Grandad or Dad, and I was like, no, not doing that. I actually said to Ray a couple of years ago, when I get to be president, I'm going to pick you. So I couldn't go back on that.
Well, he's been a great supporter of the shows over the year. He is a great farmer, and I think he did a sterling job here today.
Yeah, well, he commentates on the Grand Parade every year, so he knows what he's looking for. He's watched everyone else do it. Thought we might as well have a go himself.
and there we go, the Ram, the Texel Ram, making his way out of the ring at a hasty pace with two ladies hanging onto the rope. What a fantastic animal to win the Supreme Championship.
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic Ram. Giant, same size as the Shetland pony.
But that said, Bridie, all of the people in this final ring, you know, that's what makes the show happen. They're huge supporters every year.
Yes, everyone that was in the final ring, huge supporters every year. They do a great job, great turnout of stock. Well, you couldn't have a show without them.
Well, this is it. Every last animal, I think, came up out of the lines. It was just a lovely, lovely display. And the exhibitors, they still came along, even with the torrential rain this morning. There's lots of smiles around this place, though.
Yeah, lots of smiles. Well, the ice cream vans are open. Who's not going to smile at that? Although my daughter's not very happy there's no bounce castles up in the rain. But tomorrow,
there we go.
We'll start all over again.
Well, anyway, Brian, I'll let you get on, but congratulations on the whole of the success of the show.
Thanks, Kerry.
There we are, very relieved. Bryony Vernon, the president of this year's Southern District Agricultural Show. And one of the special guests invited for this year was the new governor, Lieutenant Sir John Lorimer, and I caught up with him after the Grand Parade.
Well, Your Excellency, welcome to the Southern District Agricultural Show. I believe this is your first, and what a great day we've had.
It's been fantastic. It's my first Southern show here, and really brilliant. The weather just about held off. We've managed to get around the entire show, seen all the stands. We've just been watching the sort of the final bits and pieces, but really great.
It's really, really good to see the exhibitors, the stall holders coming out in such poor weather, but really enjoying themselves.
Oh yes, and it's a wonderful community thing. It's a chance for people to meet up, and especially given what's happened in the last couple of years. Brilliant chance to go and see your friends, meet up, discuss business, but also catch up.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is good to get away from the farms. There's lots of farmers here exhibiting their livestock. They looked magnificent in the final.
They were fabulous, and there was a couple. I mean, they were all fantastic, but they were really extraordinary specimens. Fantastic.
And do you have a favourite?
Yes. Perhaps I shouldn't say what my favourite was, but they were all fantastic, and the winner was thoroughly well deserved.
It's really nice, and like you say, the community spirit. But these shows, they're only small committees. A lot of volunteers, a charity at the end of the day.
I think this is one of the things that has been amazed me over the last few months, is that there's so many people get involved in voluntary organisations and charities. People wear about 3 or 4 different hats, and they just get involved and they get stuck in, and that's what one of the things that makes this a fantastic community.
It really is. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I believe you're going for your president's lunch now.
Yeah, no, I think we're off disappearing anyway, but no, it's been great. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
His Excellency, the Governor of the Isle of Man, Sir John Lorimer, delighted. He loved to get involved with everything, Kiri. It's great to see.
He is a real supporter of everything local, community events. He's had a very, very busy first year. And like you said, he was delighted to be there at the Southern Show this year. Oh, what a day it was, Simon.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Okay, if you've missed any of it or you want to hear it again, just don't forget that we've got our podcast on Manx Radio's website, powered by Millie Chaps of Ram, so you get all the details there and download that. And we'll be back next Tuesday with more. So until then, from me, Simon Clark.
I'm me, Kiri Kermode.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.